Hello, how are you guys? Thanks for coming by. Today is a little busy with all these new announcements in the United States. If you haven't been here before, I read tarot. I'm an intuitive reader, hypnotherapist, life coach, astrologer, artist. And today I'm going to pull some cards and just get in the energies of all these different things that the orange imbecile is doing. If you like Trump, this is probably not the place for you. Anyway, hope you guys are enjoying your holiday. You're not too stressed. It's kind of that time of year. The melancholy can hit a lot of people, and that's okay. My good friend said, it's okay to just grieve, whatever. You don't need to make excuses or fight out of it. You can find things and joy in little moments, but sometimes you just have to process and then once you do that, you're like, okay, I'm better now. And or just do something to distract yourself, like not a Christmas movie, but something else. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing all right. Yes, it's gonna be a quiet Christmas. We're going to some friends tomorrow, and then just the kids on Christmas Day. All right, let's see. So the student loans they're proposing to get the student loans garnished, their wages garnished, people that are in default. And when I look into that energy, or when I get into that those people, I do feel like that is definitely a possibility. Six of Cups. This is nostalgic. This is about it's not about kids or being kids. It's more about doing things that are old fashioned. Like everybody needs to pay their fair share. I know that's not exactly what's happening there, but I feel like that is what he's saying. And then Ten of Arrows, which is not great. I love these cards. These are my Tarot of the Woodland Warden cards, if you guys are interested. Uh, yeah, I feel like they are gonna get through some of that. Yeah. And 30 U.S. ambassadors to leave posts. They've been told they have to leave their posts by the end of January, I think. 30. They were all appointed by Biden. I guess every president appoints their own ambassadors, but for whatever reason, 30 have been recalled. So those particular countries. The big thing, I heard this guy on one of these channels. He's not a guy, he's a psychologist, he's a doctor. And he talks about the narcissism, the malignant narcissism that Trump has, plus the obviously dementia that's creeping in. I'll just cut to the chase. He summarized it by saying Trump wants nothing to come, like he wants to pretend nothing came before him, and everything post now and him as president, he wants to declare it all. He wants anything with anybody's name on it erased. He fantasizes that he has saved everything and that he knows everything, and he needs to feel that that intense adoration. Because if you think about all the things those other people did, that means you're less than, or you're not as good as them. Because deep down inside, he's just a broken child, and he has, I'm sure his dad was abusive and everything. Plus, no love. I don't think there was any love in that house. Doesn't really matter at this point, but he needs that. He needs proof. And by seeing his name on warships, on battleships, on the Kennedy Center, on the ballroom debacle, behemoth, he needs to see that. So he's not going to stop until he does. So those 30 ambassadors, I think it signifies that they had Biden's name on them, and they are going to these countries, whether they were bipartisan or not, it doesn't matter. So when I look into that energy of those 30, I don't even know what countries they are, there's going to be a vacuum. There's going to be a space. There won't be anybody to communicate. I'm sure they have intelligence people, but the ambassador is the representative for the United States. They won't be there. And I think the people that had there, maybe they were voicing the conservative, money grubby, commercial focused, not constitution focused. They won't do that. So he's pulling them. or they are. And I feel like it's not just him. I feel like this is Marco Rubio. I see Marco Rubio's face here, but I don't feel like he's as bad as Trump, obviously. But I feel like there's no, let me be that Laura Loomer. She's part of this, I think. I think she's part of this. The Yeah, she's running the place. She's running the place. And I got the Six of Cups again. You guys saw me shuffling. This is a nostalgia card. They really want to make it. They're in this dreamland. They're living in this dream world where I'm in charge and everything is wonderful. Tariffs be damned. I know everything. And yeah, wow, 10 of Pentacles. So this tells me that they are not gonna. They're gonna take those people will leave. But I also saw that a huge amount of people left the education department in 2025, like a massive amount. Not, and people are saying they haven't even counted. There might even be more, like, I don't know, I want to say 30% or something crazy, because they want to destroy the government. They want to have it one man. They want to have one ruler, one king. And they all feed the animal, feed the beast. Okay, they're going to leave. There'll be a vacuum. There'll be some incident somewhere. There won't be information, and they'll baling wire and duct tape reassemble some of these ambassadors. They send, their rich donor friends to be the ambassador or wherever. So they're going to do that, but they're not going to be equipped to do it. But still, go ahead, go. It's fine. They're going to do that because they'll speak what Trump wants them to say. He's on the blower, as they say. Okay. Trump class warships. I couldn't bring myself to watch that press conference. I just couldn't. I saw it with all the pictures and his name on them. I couldn't. I did read, though, that the ones he wants to make, I guess they haven't made any in a long time. The ones he wants to make are a certain class that are very thick hulled, or they're very wide to become a battleship, to be able to withstand shooting missiles and rockets and other heavy things that the ship has to have a displacement, some sort of displacement. So it has to be very grounded in water. Anyway, they're very hard to make, and they haven't made any in a long time. And the Navy says it's not the right way right now. What I read is that they want to have something more agile. They don't necessarily need those giant ones. They need big ones, but not that big. And they've been trying to get them for years. So the Navy does want more ships, and I think the Orange Missile I think he imagines some table in wartime, World War II, where they have the sticks and they move the boats, and they have the land over here and they move the boats, and that goes there and that goes there, and it's all very strategic. I think he lives in that place. He's like, we're going to play a game. We're going to blow these ships up. We're going to take the oil tankers. And Venezuela is not about drugs. He wants to get rid of Maduro, and he wants the oil. And he doesn't want them to give it to anybody else, like China or Iran or whoever it is. It's all about domination, not about fentanyl or cocaine or anything. Those are going to Europe, all the drugs they did here. It's all it is. And the Congress abdicating their role again. But November, things are going to shift to a great extent. They are. You guys, they will. I promise. Well, can't say I promise, because a lot of things can happen between now and then. But the energies right now are that. Okay. But those battleships, he wants to build more shipyards. There's not even the shipyards anymore, I think, to build them. I could be wrong. But he wants to create this new manufacturing world. And I guess manufacturing has closed. Now, the GDP, I think it is, it's gone up 4.3%. So that's good, production. But I don't know what that covers. But manufacturing has gone down. They've closed plants since he's been in office, just FYI. Manufacturing in the United States. And did you see, is it Jim Beam closed a big distillery that's been there for decades, Tennessee whiskey, Jack Daniels, which used to be my drink of choice in college, Jack on the rocks. But they're like 75% down or whatever, because Canadians, thank you Canadians, doing the right thing, buying Canadian, forcing the idiot in the White House to back off the tariffs. But he doesn't see all along the border and all these other things that are the subsequent or the result of all these tariffs and all the damage they're doing. He doesn't see it because he can only see me, 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 me. Anyway. Okay. The warships, the shipyards. It's funny, I see them starting. You know what? I do see some modification. I do see them doing something. The funding, though, has to be approved by Congress for this. I guess maybe it's in the defense budget, the giant defense budget that they might allocate it to that. You know what? I just saw Pete Hegseth gone, and there's going to be a blip there. There's going to be a period of time when Trump can't. It'll be a mess. I mean, it's a mess all the time, but there's some big thing that's going to happen with that. And then I do think they're going to try. I just don't see it happening. I don't see those ships happening in the next, because he'd have to stay in office for 4 years. But when the Dems get into power in November and they have the majority in that Congress and Senate, he'll get impeached and everything will come to a standstill. Nothing might get done, but things will come to a standstill. So my point is that he won't be here in 4 years to create the ships and make sure those get done. He wants investors to do too. He wants a lot of his private investors to be part of that so they can make money off of that too. That's another thing. So after that, it might be a private company or something might create something that will be, okay, I'm just going to look at these. Fleet of Trump battleships. The Fool. Who's our Fool? 10 of Wands. It's not, the Fool is naive, right? And then we've got the Devil, only for himself, only wants to do things for himself. Fleet, Wheel of Fortune, there's timing. Knight of Pentacles is very, very slow. Obviously, it's a snail in this deck. And then the King of Pentacles. I do feel like, yeah, there's going to be a temporary pause. They're going to work because they realize something isn't going to work like I was telling you. They can't build that type that they had in World War II. They kept decommissioning them and brought out a couple to Vietnam, I think. And Eight of Pentacles growing and working together. So they are going to build something. Queen of Cups, King of Arrows. A lot of people actually are going to promote this. I think they are going to build something. Now, will it be named after him? Usually the people are dead when they do that. Maybe we can do that when he's passed, whenever that is. Okay, I'm really not mean about that. It's about love and light, people, but I just get frustrated. And I try to be here to calm the chaos, and to show different angles, perspectives, spiritually, and astrologically and intuitively. And I broadcast them out here so you guys can get maybe a different view of things. His purpose is to help us be more conscious. This is a new consciousness that we're living in right now. All the old consciousness is still around though, and there's a big fight to keep it because that brings fear if you let that go. The old ways are going. The new ways are here. We're moving into a new dynamic, a new consciousness. Technologies are just going to blow up, and the young people, like I've always said, are going to be the highlights here, the lights that are going to actually govern in the future. They'll actually govern. Wouldn't that be nice? Not that there's not going to be, okay, 4 points. Oh yeah, he's listed on the Epstein Files. Let's just chat about the Epstein Files. Uh, they released 30,000 more pages, I think, yesterday or today, and he's on 8. He's mentioned on 8 of them, which I'm amazed they even let those out. And I guess there was it 15 pages on the website they released, and then they hurried up and brought them. They, you know, took them off because I think there was a picture of the orange imbecile with some girls on with him or something. They didn't check that out. It's getting more and more, and that's the feeling I got this morning. It's getting more and more obvious, or you can't deny it. The MAGA cult, the people that really, and these are people that really just want change. I shouldn't say everybody. They're not part of a cult. They've just been brainwashed to believe him because he lied, and he lies about everything. But they wanted it so bad, but he's not doing anything that they wanted. He's doing other things, but not what they wanted. But I'm feeling like there's a shift. I knew it's been cracking. The rats are starting to jump ship in the Republican Party, but the MAGA coalition, the Republicans, the base, the regular people, that independents even that voted for him, people that still were giving him the benefit of the doubt, are starting to see the veil is being wiped away. It's starting to move. It is. And this, okay, they have a big blast of Epstein Files, and then they come out again, and then they come out again, and then they fight them, and they fight them all year long, and they fight them. And if it wasn't for this act of Congress to get them, we probably wouldn't have seen them. And people are starting to see more and more how obstructionist he is, because it's all about him and his people that want to make money in his family. So that is what I wanted to see. I think that's, I don't even know if I have to pull cards on that. I feel like they are, oh, it's the hive thinking. Isn't that interesting? The hive mentality. That's what that is. Queen of Wands, which is a fire sign. And an offer. Are they leaving? 4 of Cups. You know what? I'm not seeing a big exodus here. I do feel like, though, there is a drip, 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 and they can't deny it much longer. They can distract, and I'll give you this money, I'll do this and this and this. But the reality is really sinking in. And the Page of Wands is more information. 4 of Cups is kind of melancholy. Go and look at, I don't have this one. I'm only focused on what I don't have, which is about what they don't have. And the 9 of Wands, they're just tired, super tired, and they want him to do what he's supposed to do. And Temperance, which is balance. I feel like this still tells me they're still hanging on a little bit. I believe what I just told you, though, that it's happening. That Epstein Files is reaching them. It is reaching them, and 1 by 1, 3 by 3, 8 by 8, they're all starting to see it clearly. They're still giving him the benefit of the doubt, but they're starting, and it's reaching them. It's reaching them. And I guess some survivors have called for Trump's impeachment due to his lack, because so many pages are redacted. Sheets and sheets of black. I'm going to end with something positive about this time. It's easy to get sucked in, like I am. I got sucked in, so I was just ranting. It's easy to get sucked in all the drama and the fear. And I've said this to you guys multiple times. Just jump in, get the news, jump out. I don't know. Even when you do that, sometimes you go, still more. What can he do next? That's even worse. Or what is Congress not doing? Or what is Mike Johnson ignoring or avoiding? And yeah, JD Vance and they were at the conservative, or the Turning Point convention here this last weekend. Anyway, so was Erica Kirk, by the way. But these times are difficult. But remember, we're going through a big shift, and he and his and his minions are really making the case for democracy. They are creating a new highlight on it, because if we would just be complacent as always, because we assume things just are normal. We might disagree with this president or that president or this, but until now, we have not had to hold on with our iron fist to not let anything go as much as possible. So that is the blessing here. Things are moving. Fear will not stay. We will, there's too many of us, and we will keep it alive, democracy. It will, it will be alive. Don't worry. But it's just difficult. So just take heart in the fact that all will be well. Just go find something nice and pleasant to do with your time. You know, hug a person, smile at somebody. Well, maybe somebody, not everybody, but smile at somebody that you like, and who knows? We're getting through this together. And actually, this little community here is really nice because you guys are really supportive of each other, and that's lovely. So, all right. I won't see you till next week, maybe. And I won't be doing Sunday Night Mysteries this Sunday because it's Christmas and there's a bunch of stuff that I need to do. And I'm going to get together my 2026 video. And I haven't done that yet. So, all right, you guys, I wish you well. Till next time.